Hey, welcome to the Jetty Jet Froggy voice. This is my theory on crosshatching. You'll notice my voice jumped from this voice to another voice because this is an updated recording. So excuse me for that. But I just wanted to explain this a little better. We'll be studying crosshatching, and you can use paper and you can use anything, even your Wacom pad, but you will not. It's not necessary for you to use a Wacom pad. This is studying principles. And when you're studying principles, you can use anything. You can learn a lot just by watching. Crosshatching is something that extends into other fields of art, including building up value and color, and it will improve your overall ability to draw. So it's really important for you guys to learn how to crosshatch. Because when I draw, the principles of crosshatching is always at play. I'm always thinking of ways to overlay my colors and values in a balanced way. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that in this video by drawing a ball.
Start off with your circle and begin crosshatching along the form. This is a crosshatch, just like that. If you're using pencil, you can keep the lines a little closer. These lines represent our first layer of value, just like when we were drawing the value in like this. That's what these lines represent. One flat value. For your second set of lines, try to go against the strokes that you had down before. Like that. So we wanted the light source to be right here and hitting this area up here. So when you add another layer of lines, make sure you don't go all the way to your original set of lines. The idea is that the crosshatching gets less dense with each layer. Now start building your core shadow. We want our core shadow to be around this area here. So just like before, add layers in the area you want it to be more dense. This will create a darker value. Just around this area. And make sure that layer of lines don't really reach all the way down to the bottom here. And then you repeat the entire process, trying to go in directions that you haven't gone before. This will give you the best result. Again, a little lower. And then adding some core shadow. What you want to do is change directions. This will give you a better result. First lay down the value all the way across. Then do it again. This time not all the way to the end of the circle. And then build the core shadow again. And repeat the entire process until it gets nice and solid. You can also get darker shades just by keeping the lines closer together. Now I want it to be darkest right around this area here, because that's the highest point of the core shadow. So we can just do that by shading it in like this. Again, continue the entire process. Second layer a little bit lower. Third layer more towards the center. And the last one, you can just go right across in this direction, giving it really dense, a dense feeling. So repeat the process again. You can even come in and just fill in the gaps like this. Notice this area here is a little lighter than this area here. You want it to be kind of balanced. So we can fix that just by adding more crosshatching in that area. Now it is important to leave some space here because that's going to represent our reflected light. Start the whole thing again. Remember to keep your lines even every single time, even. Slowly, you want to build that value slowly and gradually. That. See, I'm crosshatching up here, and I stay a little bit lower than the one before. And again, you want to go all the way across. This will give you a nice even value. Alright, I want that core shadow to be really dark, so I'm just going to shade it in like this. Like this. You want to keep going against the strokes that you had previously to build more value. This is the idea of crosshatching. When you go in this direction, you don't want to go into the same direction. It's not going to get darker as you do that. But if you go in this direction and crosshatch, the density of the value is getting darker. You can lightly stroke areas where you want to fill in the values. And just continue that process until it's nice and even. Now remember, I wanted this coarse shadow head to be really dark, so I'm going to have it nice and black. For the shadow, same thing. Crosshatch in one direction, then go in the other to build some value. You can repeat that. Now because the shadow fades as it goes further away, I want it to be darkest right here. Since I was drawing on the background layer, I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to fill it white with the rectangle tool. And I'm going to copy and paste the original drawing above that white layer. Now I'm going to begin cleaning up. Take your eraser and erase the excess lines.
Alright, pause here. Basically I'm cleaning up now, and you guys don't have to clean up. This is, again, studying principle. So the point of it is to understand the cross-hatching process. So you want to repeat this process over and over and over until you get a good feel for it. Remember, when you're overlaying lines, you want to think of the rule of thirds. So when you do your second layer of cross-hatches, you want it a little bit lower, not too close to the original lines, kind of a third down, from all angles.
See how the circle wasn't perfectly round in the beginning? You can build up to it. You don't need to have it perfect the very first time. Now you can add some highlight by erasing away just up here. Lightly erase it. Erase the shadow just until you feel it's right. You can also build the circle's form a little bit by just drawing around the circle. If you worry about getting a perfect circle in the beginning, you're never going to get off your feet. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. Just learn the steps. Reflected light area here shouldn't be as bright as this area here because it's in the shadow, remember. If this stuff isn't making sense to you, you can go check out my Drawing for Beginners video. I'll have that posted in the descriptions below. Fill in the area. You can practice this technique on a smaller circle, about the size of a quarter or a penny. It'll make it a lot faster and easier. I'm beginning to have a really dramatic jump from here to here. I want it to kind of transition around here. So what I do is, I cross-hatch that area. Now you can take your eraser and kind of erase away, lightly, the lit area. You can also do this exercise using a pen, but if you're using a pencil, you can take your finger and lightly smudge out the colors to build some value. I'm actually just painting in the white areas. Smudging the drawing with your finger will have this effect. Again, take your eraser and you can build the light back in. You can also use your eraser to build a reflected light. Remember, you don't want it to be as bright as the lit area. Clean up the edges a little bit. Again, and for a more thorough explanation of all these terms and stuff, you can check out my Drawing for Beginners video. So there you have it, our cross-hatched circle. I hope this video was helpful, and until next time, thanks for watching.